Well, that was the most confusing episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier I've ever seen, or really of any Marvel, anything I've ever seen. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tootin. I'm your host doing this very weird review, because this episode, I like it for the same reasons I dislike it. And I think it's been a problem with these shows, or, WandaVision and this. The problems that I'll bring up with this episode have been like a running problem with the MCU shows. And I hope they fix it, but it doesn't make it bad. Like, this was not a bad episode. I hope I'm not giving that impression. This was a really damn good episode. As far as character growth and world building, but as far as story building goes, it was horrible. And we'll get into all that. Before we get into it, I want to grace your face with this meme. I just saw this before I started recording this, and it fucking killed me because it's the truth. And that will lead us into the first thing I want to talk about. John Walker in this episode. Really in this show. Alright, look, I was in the dark. I'm gonna admit how stupid I am and how clueless I am for a second. I did not know that the dude, Wyatt Russell, who plays John Walker, was Kurt Russell's son. Probably because he looks nothing like him, but his acting chops definitely show from his dad. Incredible actor. He's played this character so well. I really didn't know if, John Cap was going to get reprimanded for what he did at the end of last episode, and Jesus Christ, he got a lot more than I expected. He almost got court-martialed. He's not getting... He is... Everything that he done in the U.S. military basically got wiped away. He gets no benefits, nothing. His rank got stripped away. He holds no rank on an other than honorable discharge. Not dishonorable, but not honorable. So the dude might as well have thrown his whole military career out the window. I didn't think that was going to happen, but then again, I didn't really think about it being an international incident either. So, but he plays this character so well. Looking at the senator and saying, "I am Captain America, you built me." That was incredible. This dude's acting chops are fucking incredible. I really enjoyed him in the episode. Really enjoyed his through the whole show, really, his downward spiral. You could tell he wasn't all there to begin with. Probably PTSD from serving however many tours him and Lamar served, which that will do that to someone. And then the added stress of being an American icon. It really didn't hit me until this episode what being Captain America was for him, when he's walking down the street after talking to Lamar's parents, and there was literally propaganda. He was Captain America going to war, fighting and shit, but he was pre-war Steve Rogers, where Steve Rogers was just, a showgirl up on the stage. He was propaganda. And while Steve continued to be propaganda, it really faded away. He didn't do, any of the, interviews or promotional shit or anything like that. This dude has been full promotional and fighting war. Like, the stress that must have been on his shoulders. And Wyatt Russell does an amazing job at portraying that. Love him in this episode. Love the fight scene at the beginning between him and Sam and Bucky. That was awesome. The one thing I didn't like about that is you're telling me as soon as you give this dude super soldier serum, he's just going to start kicking everybody's ass out of nowhere. Like, he's just going to literally almost kill Sam and beat the living shit out of Bucky. He got his ass beat by Wakandans, by what were they called? The Dora Milaje? I'm pronouncing that horribly. I probably just said Dora. Whatever. Anyway, sorry. He got his ass beat by pretty much everybody, and then he just takes the serum and he's going toe-to-toe with the Winter Soldier and someone who's trained with the Captain America. Not really buying that too much. And also that fight scene, they while it was awesome, it kind of seemed like they were a bunch of little kids scrambling for the football at recess. Like, why were they not focusing on taking John down instead of just trying to take the shield from him? It's like, knock his ass out and then take the shield. Don't be trying to pry the fucking shield off of his arm while you're fighting him, you dumbass. Like, I was just sitting there, I was laughing, because, it's like a playground tug of war. Like, knock his shit out and then take the shield off of his fucking unconscious, arm and walk away. What? Anyway, it was still a badass fight scene, and really that's what, beyond that fight scene, this whole episode was character building, and I'm cool with that because the Winter Soldier Bucky really has not gotten a lot of character building in the MCU since, the Winter Soldier movie. He's had scenes in, like, Infinity War, Endgame. I can't remember what his scene, like, where they reveal he was in Wakanda. I think that was at the end of Black Panther. I don't remember. It might have been one of the end credit scenes. Or maybe it was Infinity War, like the start of Infinity War, something like that. I don't really remember. But he hasn't gotten a lot of character building, but he really did in this episode. I liked his little, exchanges with Sarah, Sam's sister. I love the whole boys building a boat. All of those scenes. It was all great. The character building, the character growth for Bucky and for Sam, it was great. Bucky's one of my favorite characters in the MCU and one of my favorite comic book characters. I love the Winter Soldier. I love what they did with him in the comics. I hate how he's not becoming Captain America and then Sam becomes Captain America. But I get what the show was trying to do. And I like what the show is trying to do, but they're driving politics into this hard, which is fun. And that brings us to Isaiah's part, which was really emotional. And again, very well acted by the actor who's playing Isaiah. And again, by Anthony Mackie. It was great acting there. I really like that we got some insight, some backstory into what actually happened to Isaiah. And got the whole breakdown on that. It was a great scene. And I like how they're playing politics into it because this is like one of their only chances where they're going to get to do that. They have a black lead who's playing, building up to playing Captain America in the MCU. This is like one of the only chances that they're going to get to actually play those politics in. Now, cool. That's good. You should do that, I guess. Like, teach people about it. Bring up social issues and try to do something about it, but I feel like it's a little too in our face. Like, the whole show is like connecting the dots, coming back to it. Even the Flag Smashers, that's a part of it. But I like it and I don't like it. There's not really much I can do about it. I'm not a big politics guy. I don't keep up with the news. I don't keep up with any of that crap. I support the causes that deserve supporting, and that's why I support them doing this. But still, man, when I'm watching my superheroes and my Marvel, I really don't like it in my face, but I understand why it's in my face. It's just a very, very difficult thing to, like, wrap your head around, I guess. At least in my case. Like, I like it, but I don't like it. But anyway, enough about the politics of it, because, again, I don't give a damn for politics. This was just a really good character growth episode, but that is the problem with this episode. This is literally the episode before the last episode, and the only build-up we got, the whole episode was character growth, character growth, character growth. Let's sit on our asses, let's have some bro moments, we'll have sit back, chill, have a beer, build a boat, and we'll just wait on something. And then at the very end of the episode, George St. Pierre's French ass comes back in, and this is the main part of the episode I don't like. Carly presses a button on her phone, and then a bunch of phones go off. Everybody looks at their phone in the fucking park of New York, and they just turn around. They stand up, turn around, look at her, and they're just like, yeah, Tom from down the street, Sherry who works at the grocery store, and fucking Bill who's the cashier at the Dollar General, man. They're like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm ready to kill. Let's go find some shit to fuck up. It's like, what? She pressed a button on her phone in the middle of New York in a park, and there's just like 40 people in that park who are just ready to fuck shit up. Like, just ready to go. Let's burn down a building. Like, what? That made no sense to me, but that's the only build-up we get in the episode. We get to see that the GRC shut down their old stronghold, and then that's basically it. There's no build-up. We get to see the power broker. I don't know if that's the power broker, Val, or whatever her name was. If that was a power broker. I thought there was going to be some more build-up there. But there wasn't any build-up in this episode. But see, that's why I don't like it. There was no build-up, but that's why I love it, because there was a ton of character progression for characters I love. Very confusing episode, and very contradicting episode. And it's not a bad thing, but I'm pissed off about how they end the episode. Bucky calls in a favor from, Wakanda, and gets Sam a fucking Captain America suit, and we have to see him open the case and then wait until next week to see what it looks like. Come on, man. Come on, man. But either way, it was a great episode for everything but, story building. Because we have one episode left, and I guess we're just all assuming that shit's gonna go down in New York like usual. There's gonna be a bunch of fucking grocery store workers lighting buildings on fire and holding senators hostage. Because, all of that military training while working at the Dollar General really comes in handy when a fucking curly-haired girl presses a button on her phone and wants to start a revolution. I'm ready right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, recording this video. I'm waiting on the button. Never mind. That made no sense to me whatsoever. Anyway, it was a great episode. Really loved the character growth, but I hate the story building. Because there was none. And I think that's been a problem. That was a problem in WandaVision. It was just build-up. It wasn't even really... There was some build-up, character growth, build-up episode, and then just shit went down. It just all went down. But I still think WandaVision done a little bit better than this show with its story building up to something. This has just kind of been everywhere as far as pacing goes. But yeah, great episode. Definitely like an 8 out of 10 episode. As far as character growth goes, 10 out of 10. I loved all of the character growth scenes, character building scenes between Bucky and Sam, and for Bucky in general. They really gave this character a very good episode. Can't forget to mention the Zemo scene. That was a great scene. That was a great scene for Bucky as well. And yeah, just loved the episode. But didn't love it for all the reasons I gave. It's such a contradictory episode. But I'm excited to see what they do next week. On the finale. I'm excited to see how they end it off. Hopefully we'll get to see the power broker and find out who the hell that is. But at this point, I thought he or she was going to be the big bad of the show. Because that's kind of how they were building it up. They were building it up like this big mysterious figure. His name's on the walls. People are getting very vague, passive-aggressive texts. And that's how you know someone means fucking business. And, I thought they were building him up. But I guess unless he's gonna, stir some shit up in Shang-Chi that comes out, like, sometime later this year, there's no real point in showing this character anymore. Because there's not a Falcon and the Winter Soldier movie coming out. There's not going to be another season for the show, as far as I know. Marvel's What If is next, and Loki's after that. So I don't really know what the hell they're doing with the power broker at this point, but I guess we'll find out eventually. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Let me know what you guys think about the episode in the comments down below. Do you agree with what I'm saying about it? Was the pacing very weird for this episode, for this whole season of this show, if there is a continuation of it? I guess we'll call it a season. Or, I don't really know, will it be a mini-series? Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the episode in the comments down below. Very curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Look for a short about Joaquin. What was his name? Torres? I don't think it was Joaquin, was it? It's Torres. Look for a short about him coming very soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I've been your host. My name is Toot, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.